should be a dandy. Mount Vernon coming to this contest. They are 2-0 on the season, and they're hosting the Trojans of Bishop Chatard, entering tonight's contest at 1-1. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is the leading equipment dealer and has been since 1955. Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication in the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Burtner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. The Morales Group. They're in business to create a better future for you and your family. Drumstick Dash 2024. Move your feet so others can eat. The IndianaSRN Sports Page. Follow the sports page every day with updated news from coast to coast. Log on to IndianaSRN.org and click on the Sports Page tab. Piper Logistics, your trusted logistics partner since 1994. And Aspen Creek Grill. Why go anywhere else? The largest selection of food made from scratch and fairly priced. Great to have you with us tonight, Coach. Great to have you back again, and we're looking forward to a good one here tonight. You have two coaches who have been around a long time, and especially when you think about Coach Shelton. She's nearing 400 wins, off to a great start, but this is a Bishop Chatard team that's playing well as early as you can in the season.
Yeah, both coaches are fantastic and have done a fantastic job with their programs. Coach Shelton is, like you said, been coaching. She's a Hall of Fame member, Silver Anniversary team. Lots and lots of wins and lots of success, state championship here in 2013. So we were fortunate to be able to play Mount Vernon when I was at Lebanon. And although we lost the game, it was a heck of a game. And both of our teams have great respect for each other, and I have great respect for Julie. She does a great job. And so does Coach Wagner as well.
Yeah, only, about 16 wins away from getting 400, so she's getting very close.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Wagner, the head coach at Bishop Chatard in his fourth year. He is 50-35. Last year they went 19-9. They lost in the semi-state to Danville. That final 54-44, and he's got a heck of a really good class back from a year ago with plenty of experience. They've got size, and they played very well. They won their first game at Scottsburg by 7. They played Noblesville, a very good team, in their second game, lost that one by 11. But again, they play a very, very good schedule too.
Their schedule is really tough, and I think he's preparing for what's to come at the end, obviously. And, beating a good Scottsburg team who's ranked 11th down at the pressure cooker in Scottsburg, that's not an easy task. If anybody's ever played there before, that's something to behold. So, he's got a really solid squad, and watching them warm up, there's not a lot of mistakes going on the court, and their size is just I guess I'm shocked by their size. Yeah,
no doubt. Well, if you want to start with one of them, it's Anna Caskey. What a year she's having in her first couple of games. 19.5 points, 15.5 rebounds, and shooting 65%. I didn't get that much in 4 years of high school basketball.
We can only hope to be that good, right?
Yeah, no kidding. But she's going to be the catalyst for this team again tonight.
She is. Anna's solid. Like you said, averaging 18 points or 18 rebounds a game. That's incredible at this point. And she's a big girl, but she really drives them when you watch her on film. She really drives everything that they do. She's
not the only one, by the way. Alex Kendall averaging around 13 points per game, and Olivia Burzai is at 9-9, so a good supporting cast there. No doubt about it, they got a lot of good weapons to go for tonight. I'm kind of anxious to see how this whole thing puts together as far as how they maneuver together and how they're going to play against a good Mount Vernon team.
Yeah, the rebounding is going to be key for them, and I think that size-wise and with both Burzai and Caskey, I think both of them are going to control the boards in this game. Knowing what type of basketball Chatard usually plays is up speed, up tempo, up and down the floor. They've always had good rebounders historically and just in my coaching experience, and so we're looking for a good one from them.
I only wish I had 6'6", 1, 5'11", 5'10", 5'9", 5'11". Should I keep going? Their only short player really is Megan Todd at 5'5". That's it.
Yeah.
Ugh, I wish.
Yeah.
We'll come back, talk about Mount Vernon next. They're undefeated. That's coming up in a moment right here on IndianaSRN.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
We mentioned a little bit ago about Coach Shelton, 383 wins, 164 losses in her 24th year. Off to a good start this year. They won at Whiteland 41-26. They beat Franklin by 8, 40-32. Kind of an off year last year when you look at the regular season. But they got into the tournament, ended up winning the sectional, lost in the regional. But still, when you think about it, that was a really good Lawrence Central team they lost to, and eventually the state champions. But you mentioned it off the air, which is true. She always puts together a solid basketball team every year they play.
Yeah, Mount Vernon student athletes play hard in every sport that I've ever been around, and especially on the basketball court. She's had great success, over a 700 win percentage here at Mount Vernon, and I think that this game will be a lot closer than most people maybe would give it credit for, because I know that. I think that they're an underdog in tonight's game here at home, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if they don't keep it close the whole way.
Well, like you said earlier, size is going to be a big difference. If you look up and down Mount Vernon's roster, they just don't have any of their key players other than Bucksot, who's at about 5'10". They just don't have a whole lot of size. How will they counter that tonight?
They'll do the little things well that Julie teaches, boxing out, rebounding. She was an outstanding rebounder in high school and on at Butler, and she's still Butler's leading scorer. So they're definitely capable of learning those things. But you have to do those things right when you're facing somebody that's that big. So it's just going to be a matter of putting it on the court.
By the way, Zoe Wood, their leading scorer, the only player in double digits, so they got to find some players that are going to put some points on the board other than her. So they've got some youth as well. When you look at their roster, they got 3 freshmen that are, at least at this point, we're looking at part of the rotation here tonight.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was obviously, they're very young, and so they're going to make some mistakes like, we've seen in some games here early in the season. But she's, like I said, she's going to put a good team on the floor, and they're going to come out and give Chatard all they want tonight.
It's certainly going to be fun to watch. So the Marauders at 2-0 with their first 2 wins of the year, and they are always very good here at home. And we know Bishop Chatard in the season that they had a year ago, and they're hoping to get back to that semi-state and then perhaps move on. And all indications are with the size, the rebounding, and the players they have back and all that experience they got from a year ago. And they've got a lot of seniors on this team that can lead them, and certainly could be a fun year for Bishop Chatard the rest of the way. When we come back, we'll get you the starters and the tip-off here from Mount Vernon High School. This is the IndianaSRN Game of the Week.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome back once again, Mount Vernon, as we get ready for tonight's matchup. Again, the Marauders at 2-0, the Trojans coming in at 1-1. Coach, let's talk about keys to this one here tonight. Let's start with Bishop Chatard. I think we pretty much summed it up with their size and their rebounding ability. Talk about getting what they're going to have to do to win tonight.
I think Bishop Chatard's going to push the basketball. I think they're going to attack the inside with that kind of size. I think that's the key to the game.
And as for Mount Vernon, again, young. Another team that's going to be certainly outsized in this one. What are they going to have to do?
Ball security is going to be key for their guards, taking care of the basketball. I'm sure that she will also try to push the ball in transition to counter some of that size, and boxing out. That's going to be huge on both ends of the floor. As we mentioned, this is a basketball team and program that plays very well at home, so it's going to be fun to see how this is going to play out. Do you zone tonight? I mean, I don't know whether Coach Shelton likes to play zone. I think she's more of a man-to-man, but with the size and lacking in size, you want to play a little more zone? I think we'll probably see some of that. The problem with having the size that Chatard does and the speed, if you're not quick to pick up, which freshman kids sometimes struggle with that, if you're not quick to pick up, sometimes you'll give up some easy layups if not getting back or having to try to pick up the basketball with the bottom part of your zone. Starters being introduced, and we'll be underway here in a couple of moments. I want to remind you, high school football tomorrow. We'll have Bishop Chatard and New Pal. That'll be a great game, regional championship on IndianaSRN. We're looking forward to that. But tonight our focus on this game right here. The starters tonight for Bishop Chatard: Anna Caskey, number 44, Alex Kendall, number 10, Olivia Burzai, number 12, Lily Braun, number 23, and Betsy Tregresser is number 25. On the other side, Zoe Wood, number 12, Addison Bucksott is number 22, Gabby Thomas, number 4, Reagan Britt, number 10, and Marissa Miner is number 25. Bishop Chatard will be in their traveling blue uniforms, Mount Vernon in their home whites. Tonight's game is a copyright production of IndianaSRN and the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Any use of audio or video without the express written permission of IndianaSRN and the IHSAA is strictly prohibited. Bishop Chatard averaging at 51 points per game. They're shooting at 39%, but only 21% from three-point range coming into this one here tonight. Tip will be won by the Trojans. We are underway. You see it is a Mount Vernon team opening up in the zone. First shot of the ball game will be missed by Kendall, and the ball run down in the corner. Here come the Marauders. You saw some zone there, and you saw some good boxing out underneath. It's exactly what Mount Vernon needs to do. Off-balance shot is going to be missed by Bucksott. Put back no, and we'll head the other way. Well, here's one other thing, and I've got to get your thoughts on this. Is it better than if Mount Vernon can get down the floor fast and not allow Bishop Chatard to get into their half-court offense, or the half-court defense might be better? Right. Sometimes with size comes lack of speed. I think Chatard has both, but for Mount Vernon, getting up and down the floor, attacking in transition, probably get some early looks at the basket. By the way, that last possession, a turnover. Here's a jumper on the way off the mark as Bucksott off to a tough start, the 5'10 senior. And so Bishop Chatard back the other way. Tregesser will work a lot at the point. We've got a whistle and a foul call. And it's going to go against, I believe, number 10, Reagan Britt. And the zone's giving them a little bit of trouble early. I think that's what Coach Shelton would like to see. I think it's going to go the other way. Actually, is it going to be Kendall? They're going to say Alex Kendall on the moving screen instead. So not Britt, but Kendall. And into the lineup for Bishop Chatard will be Megan Todd. Todd is a 5'5 junior. Marauders basketball, still no score. Bucksott driving down the lane, turned it over.
running the floor the other way, and that'll be the second turnover for Bishop Chatard. Minor on the drive, the feed inside, and Coach, we're back to the giving season.
We are. Pulling that out, setting that up. They're getting some good looks and getting some turnovers. They need to convert on those.
Caskey inside will draw the foul, her first foul of the contest. They're going to get Reagan Britt on the foul. That'll be her first. Each team with one, and here is Anna Caskey. Double-double player in the first 2 games of the year, and misses the first one short. And Alex Kendall will come back in, and Megan Todd will sit down. Interesting substitution that early, and then right back in.
Just needed a breather.
Word of encouragement?
Right.
Second free throw is good.
See a little 1-2-2 zone press from Chatard. This is where Mount Vernon has to handle the basketball against this, or be capable of some easy baskets here if they can break the press.
The three is no good. Caskey, the rebound. It's Gabby Thomas unable to come up with a bucket. We'll stay at 1-0 as we're past 2 minutes gone in the first quarter. A three from the right wing, way off the mark by Braun, and a foul in the backcourt.
There is some great boxing out going on Mount Vernon's side. When you look at that particular play, all 3 people in the low positions had bodies on people.
1-2-2 again.
Got to keep that dribble alive.
And a timeout by Coach Shelton. See if this will be a 30 or will be a full timeout. It will be a 30-second timeout. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Dynamark. If you're looking to elevate your brand, choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. They've been serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service. Give them a call at 317-328-2555. And how often, you just said a little bit ago before the break, got to hold on to that dribble as long as you can.
You do, and with against the 1-2-2, and he may come out and switch it to something other than that, but against the 1-2-2, you got to split that to front defender. Fake a pass, make a pass. I don't know how many times I said that in my career. Use a backup dribble, do the easy things.
Bet you said that a lot.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Wish you were paid by the
right.
word. The drive down
Great
the
drive.
lane. Good. How about that by Zoe Wood?
Exactly what they need to do.
Zoe getting the first 2 points of the night for Mount Vernon. Early 2-1 lead, ball loose. And picked up by Lily Braun. Regressor taking the high screen there by Kendall.
Mount Vernon's matching up very well out of this zone. Very few open people, lots of body on their post.
And they're trying to deny underneath. And that worked extremely well.
Yeah, I'm a big proponent of fronting the post. I think the harder you can make it for somebody like Caskey to catch the ball, the more success you're going to have.
Ball was tipped into the backcourt. So it stays Mount Vernon basketball. Bishop Chatard staying in the man-to-man.
It's a mid-range shot. They need that one right there.
I almost got excited, Coach. Ball goes out of bounds. Turnover by Mount Vernon, their third. Here is the last layup you saw moments ago by Zoe Wood. You can always tell I'm old school when I love the mid-range jumper.
Me too. Me too.
Low scoring opening quarter. Bishop Chatard basketball. The drive and contact. And we're going to have a blocking foul called against Reagan Britt, her second.
Some good defense. You have Mount Vernon covering from the weak side on any drive. So you've got some double and triple teams going on. You're doing a really nice job.
So the inbound on the baseline. Caskey down low. Single coverage on this one. Basket good, and she's fouled, and that's going to be tough if she's got you one-on-one that close to the basket.
She is. That's a great out-of-bounds play that they just ran, and she's really good in and around the rim, so they're going to have to keep that body in front of her.
Alea Baxter coming in. She's a 5'6" freshman. You can see this nice move by Caskey inside, going to her left.
That's hard to defend.
So Caskey at the line. The free throw's off the back of the iron. She's missed twice already from the free throw line. And Baxter able to run down the loose basketball. 3-2 Bishop Chatard coming up on the halfway point of this opening quarter of play. And a turnover. That's number 4. Back the other way. Shot way short, knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay here. Last touched by 25 Minor.
Going back to the mid-range shots on the other end, we've passed up a couple wide open mid-range jumpers. She broke through the first level there. She probably should have looked for that shot instead of passing the ball.
Caskey misses down low. Rebound by
nice
Buckside.
Pass.
Yep, great pass.
Great pass.
And, Minor couldn't hold on. Well, those ones you got to
have that
convert,
one.
don't you?
Yep, that was a great pass by Britt.
Under the 4-minute mark. Entry, high post, Burzai, kick out. Here's Kendall, jumper good. It'll be a 2-point bucket. Kendall, her first 2, averaging 13 per game. 5-2 score. Here's a deep 3 on the way. That's off the back of the iron. Caskey, the rebound as Zoe Wood comes up empty. Bishop Chatard back the other way. The double team down low. A lot of reaching going on, but no whistle on this one. Here's a 3 the other way from the left wing. Can't get the roll. Caskey, the offensive rebound, put back good.
Yeah, with the substitutions coming in and out the bottom of that zone, they've got to put their body on, just like they were doing early in the game. Doing a great job early in the game.
5-point lead. Biggest of the night so far. Here's a wide open shot in the baseline. Good. That'll be Gabby Thomas.
Little dribble drive and kick. Nice shot by Thomas.
Thomas, just a sophomore, lead down to 2. The high post, the turn by Burzai. Inside, they go big again. Caskey now has 7. And we've got a 30-second timeout. Reminder that tonight's game brought to you in part by Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have consistently been the trusted allies for all your inventory management, warehousing, fulfillment, and transportation needs. They stand as your comprehensive logistics partner. Give them a call at 317-396-1023. Here's that last 3-point bucket. And they're going to need more of that.
They're going to need a lot of it, yep.
Well, so far, 5 turnovers by Mount Vernon, 3 by Bishop Chatard, but I guess the story here early is they got to find a way to stop Caskey at 7 of their 9 points, and all of that coming down low.
Yeah, when you watch that second level of the zone early, they had bodies on bodies every single time the ball went up. We've kind of gotten away from that with a few substitutions that came in, so hopefully they can get back to that.
How much is this zone trap bothering them? It seems like
I think they've settled down. I think they've settled down.
Boy, nearly thrown out of bounds. The drive, the kick. Here's a 3 on the way. That's off the side of the rim as Baxter can't get it to go. Caskey, the rebound, we head the other way. Short jumper on the way is no good by Kendall. And able to come up with a loose basketball as Burzine lays it in for 2.
Yeah, the most important for them thing is to stay home and make sure you have the basketball.
Ball tipped, and a foul in the backcourt. Going for the steal was Tragresser. That'll be her first.
I mean, it's easy to say for us to look up the court, to go up and close that gap up, use that backup dribble and reverse the basketball. Just getting out of the middle of the court is key for them.
One thing that you'll find, Coach, which is so true, that in the broadcast booth, we've never lost a game yet.
That's
so
true.
You'll always be undefeated.
I appreciate that.
Yes, and, I'm sure you would. Got to carry the basketball there on Kendall.
Mount Vernon's needs to spread the court, move the basketball. Ball reversal is key here, keeping the ball out of the middle of the court.
Just to elaborate on that, Keith Myers, he counts all his victories when he's in broadcasting.
Does he?
Did you know that?
I didn't.
Yeah. His winning percentage went way up several years ago. Here's a 15-footer on the way. It's off the mark as they remain cold. That's Marissa Minor.
I like the mid-range there. Don't second-guess yourself. You're open there. Shoot that basketball.
Bishop Chatard, Tragresser on the drive, and left hand no, but a foul call against Mount Vernon.
Little Euro step there.
It wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
You think it was by accident or?
No,
Nope.
I think that was planned.
Foul's going to be on Minor, her first. You know, back in our day, if you did a Eurostep, they call you for a travel.
Sure. I never had to worry about that.
You didn't do
at
Eurosteps?
all. No. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't either.
Not on purpose.
Annie McAllister coming in, number 33. Also checking in will be Anna Dixon for Bishop Chatard, and back in the lineup will be Megan Todd. So they're going very deep on their bench. Second free throw is good by Trigresser. 12-5.
We had a wide open layup underneath there. We missed that one.
Well, that ball goes out of bounds.
Sure.
That is turnover number 6.
Yeah, that quick skip pass across, you had a wide open player streaking at the basket.
Well, we can see the youth really at this stage, can't you?
Right, you can. It all starts with your ball handling.
Yep. The pass inside, the kick out.
The inside-out game of Chatard is, you can start to see it taking form here as things settle down a little bit.
Well, each team gets the credit for a turnover. The double team inside, the ball knocked out of bounds. Burzai got triple teamed, will stay here with 42.3. Bishop Chatard will inbound. This is Dixon, the left-hand floater, good.
Wow, left-hand floater. It's beautiful.
9-point lead now for Bishop Chatard. Mount Vernon needs something positive. They won't get it this time. Their 8th turnover. The break back the other way, and there's number 6 on Bishop Chatard. Here come the Marauders. Left-hand shot on the way is no good, as Delaney Williams, another freshman, couldn't get it. And now the final shot perhaps of this opening quarter. Clock down to 6. And another turnover. Number 7 now by Bishop Chatard. Got to watch the clock here. Half-court shot is on the way. Had a chance.
Hit the front of the rim.
Buckshot can't get it to go. We head to period number 2. Bishop Chatard leads it by 9.
We're not here to just sell you another piece of software and then move on. We're here to manage that whole life cycle of not only helping you procure the licensing, but then how do you manage and monitor those licenses over time?
Collaboration is very key when working with our clients. We are very much a partnering organization, so we definitely work as a team from a sales, marketing, and delivery organization, along with our partner ecosystem to help deliver best-of-breed solutions for our partners and customers.
Partners that sell IBM licensing a lot of times are very transactional oriented, and we're here to build relationships with customers, which I think is unique.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Passion to Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience as a prestige healthcare company. Passion to Care is driven by decades of expertise and a drive to go above and beyond. Give them a call at 317-537-1811. Marauders basketball and coach, I know you're a little bit uncomfortable with the amount of turnovers by both teams this early.
The press is really causing Mount Vernon some problems with their youth and just taking care of the basketball here. And you see a lot of hurried shots. That's pretty characteristic of a young team as well.
Underway, period number 2. Man-to-man defense again by Bishop Chatard. Very few good looks so far by Mount Vernon, though they've had a couple of opportunities. Here's a blocked shot. Williams can't get the shot off, and they'll run the floor the other way, and the layup good by Todd.
Yeah, their size is beginning to give them a little trouble, especially trying to move their offense from side to side.
Lead at 11. And once again, Mount Vernon into the half court, but the double team on the sideline finally getting rid of it. And the drive down to the baseline, the shot is up and no good, as Minor can't get it to fall. You know what, I enjoy watching Coach Shelton because she rarely gets up, even when you're down by 9 or 11 like they are now. That'll be a turnover. but she's being very calm right now.
With a young team, that's what you have to do. You have to just coach them out of it and coach them up. That's all you can do, and just try to make every play better than the last play.
Yeah, the idea is, again, be as the best you can at the end of the year for sure.
That's right.
Trap again, and we've got a reaching foul. That'll go against Tragresser. That'll be her second. By the way, Mount Vernon will play their next contest. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, they'll go to Richmond, then they go to Westfield and Rushville in their next 3. For Bishop Chatard, they're going to play at Gibson Southern coming up on Saturday.
Well, that's a tough one. His schedule is really tough this year. I think he's preparing for maybe what's to come, and he's really beefed up the schedule there. It's brutal, top to bottom.
A lot of contact on the drive there, and Megan Todd goes down. We head the other way, and boy, they're letting them play now. Caskey, another rebound. Staying in the zone is Mount Vernon. And boy, you look at Caskey. Now she's got one-on-one coverage down low, and it's going to go out of bounds. That is their 9th turnover.
Keeping your body in front of her is going to be key. Getting pinned with Caskey, having the ball in her hand is never good.
Well, that's why when you get that chance to get her the ball, you got to get it in there.
You know, so many times we see games like this where a team's pressing and you got some young guards that are having a little bit of a hard time handling the basketball, and everything is sped up. If you look at their offense right now, everything is sped up.
Shot's going to be missed.
So every shot that Mount Vernon's taking is not a normal, comfortable shot for them, and that's what Chatard wants to do. But that's not what Mount Vernon wants them to do.
No. Back the other way.
Nice
Contact
take.
at the other end. Basket good by Minor. By the way, it's 10 turnovers now for Bishop Chatard, and they still lead it by 9.
The more that Mount Vernon can attack the basket, shots aren't falling. We always talked about that. Shots aren't falling. Let's get to the basket, get to the free throw line. We've seen no free throws here tonight so far. 1, 2?
We have seen 3 by Caskey, and that's it.
3.
Well, actually, and Tragresser had 2.
Yeah, right at the beginning of the game. So attacking the basket, getting the free throw line, making those easy points.
Minor just picked up her second.
You're going to need to watch Caskey here in the post, rolling off.
Yep. Caskey inside, has her
Nice
shot
defense.
blocked.
Good
Caskey
job.
gets it back, and a jump ball.
Excellent defense. You know when she's down in the low post, she's probably going to get the ball in her hands.
Yeah. Possession arrow is here with Bishop Chatard. 5:29 to go before halftime.
Right. Good call.
Going to get Caskey inside. A little too much body that time, so that is her first.
Spread that court out. There we go. Nice attack. Nice mid-range jumper. Didn't fall, but a good shot.
Caskey with a rebound off the miss that time by Zoe Wood, who's been held to 2 points so far. Well, you're right. You got a good look that time.
Yeah, she got to that second level. That's where she needed to be to get that shot off.
The
Just
3
didn't
is
fall.
missed by Braun, and it goes out of bounds. We'll stay right here with Bishop Chatard. Going to have a change as Caskey talking with the one official as McAllister coming out of the lineup and Alex Kendall back in.
When you're as strong as she is, sometimes you have to hold on to her.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't do it on purpose. And sometimes you do.
Yeah, exactly. And hope you don't get caught.
That's right.
11 turnovers now by Bishop Chatard. Here's a 3 the other way. That's long. Gabby Thomas hit a 3 earlier. Their shooting percentage not real good early, and that's another turnover. This time Burzai, it's number 12. Coach Wagner is asking, I'm sure he's asking him, are you sure that was a travel? That's what you used to do, right? You say,
Very
sure?
politely.
Yeah.
As politely as I could.
Yeah.
Yes. All the time.
3 in the corner is going to be missed as Thomas now 0 for her last 2.
Love the transition by Chatard.
Boy, Caskey getting bodied up from behind by
She is.
Minor. Caskey off the bottom of the backboard. Ball loose in the lane. We have a jump ball. All right, Caskey a couple of times. They're letting them bang around down low a little bit.
Sure.
What are you going to tell her to get herself back into the ball game where she can get those shots?
I'd bring her from a different position. She gets really close to the basketball. I'd bring her from away from the basketball because she's athletic. She's quick. She can get to the ball. Make them make a decision about who they're going to guard. And if Caskey's doubled, obviously someone is wide open. So we got to reach.
See who they got the foul. Was that number 12, Burzai? It's going to be number 2 on her if it is. And Burzai coming out. Back in will be Annie McAllister. She's a 5'11 senior.
Good defense by Chatard. There you go.
Yep, nice inbound play. It was really patiently run as Thomas gets the layup. She has 5.
Julie's an expert in out-of-bounds plays. I've seen some really good ones and really ones that how am I going to defend that? So what you saw right there is Thomas with a wide-open layup.
13 turnovers, and the shot's going to be missed as Williams can't get it to go. Well, I'm a little concerned if I'm Bishop Chatard because there's 14.
Right. Ball handling's not at a premium tonight. We need to pick it up in the second half a little bit.
I think Bishop Chatard was ranked number 5 in the poll this week in their class.
Mount Vernon, to their credit, is doing a great job in their zone. They are outsized by quite a bit.
Addie John is checked in, number 22 now for Bishop Chatard.
And the press has really bothered their youth also.
Yeah. This is Williams. Williams will get it back and launch the 3 and get it.
Great shot. Inside out. Good job.
Delani Williams. And the lead down to 4. And that's going to be knocked out of bounds, and Williams giving this team a spark. Take another look at that 3 right there. That didn't look like a freshman to me.
Inside-outside game.
So now.
So you see the body, number 25 on Caskey. She got pinned on the ball reversal.
Yep. Another turnover. Back the other way.
Nice.
Layup good.
And 1.
Zoe Wood with the bucket and will go to the line.
And you talked about Julie's demeanor earlier. This is where that comes into play right now. You're down 15-6, 15-7, and you've got to figure out a way to climb back in.
Yeah, it was an 11-point ball game just moments ago, and Bishop Chatard will get a 30-second timeout. Want to remind you that tonight's game brought to you in part by Boilermaker Local 374. They represent highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication in the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce for a new build, an upgrade, or facility maintenance, you can count on Boilermaker Local 374 to do the job right the first time. This game has changed very quickly. It was an 11-point lead moments ago. It is down now to 2.
I think you see that quick transition, pushing up the floor, not allowing that size to be a factor. That's been huge. Zoe Wood's done a great job of handling the press and attacking and then kicking out. So those are 2 things that have really got them to climb back in the game.
Well, Bishop Chatard has turned it over 15 times so far here in this first half. Free throw is good.
I think the foul trouble's bothering them a little bit, but their guards they're struggling a little bit with the basketball, and that's a credit to Mount Vernon's defense, honestly.
Shot up and good. As Lily Braun will get on the board for the first time. I got to mention it back to the post play. When you think that Anna Caskey, they're really being very physical with her down low.
They are.
Here's a 3 up and good.
Zoe Wood again. Yeah, the physicality is there, and they're doubling her every time, as you should. And that's exactly what anybody would do against her because she's such a solid player. Someone else has got to step up.
Kendall for 3, no. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Caskey. Take a look at this 3. That's just a catch and release. What a turnaround here for Mount Vernon.
Now we're in a little 3-2 zone. Give them a little bit of a different look.
That three was really quick there by Wood. Bishop Chatard back the other way.
Got the steal.
Turnover again, 16. And the shot on the way, good at the other end by Wood.
Mount Vernon takes the lead, putting pressure on the basketball. This matchup zone's bothering them quite a bit.
We're talking about a 13-point turnaround right here. Here's Caskey on the baseline. The double team, can't get the shot to go, and coming away with it, Zoe Wood.
To give Mount Vernon credit, they're doubling on Caskey, but everybody else is doing their job.
Wide open shot from the left wing is no good by Thomas. Thomas is looking for her 8th point of the ball game. The baseline drive, reverse layup is going to be knocked out of bounds. I thought Caskey comes back with it. I actually thought that ball hit the line.
It did. From up here, it looked like it hit the line. Caskey's so strong on the inside. She gets a ball in her hand. She's so dangerous.
Foul's going to be on 22 Bucksot. That'll be her first. And here's Caskey at the line. 1 for 3 from the free throw line tonight.
If I'm Chatard, I'm going to play through Caskey the rest of the game. Make sure the ball hits her hands every time or every other time. And if I'm Mount Vernon, I keep up the pressure and keep attacking the basket.
Second free throw, no good. Williams with the rebound. Mount Vernon still leads it by 1. Williams long on the shot, rebounded by Todd. Coming up on a minute to go. They're looking inside to Caskey, but she's being fronted. The drive and stripped out of the hands of Burzai. She was looking for a foul.
All ball, right?
It's a game of angles, Coach.
That's right.
Isn't that what you tell them?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Did you ever believe that when you were told that?
Yes, actually I
did. We got a jump ball.
The older you get, the more you understand it.
Yes. Well, a lot of times, each referee has his zone, his or her zone that they're looking at. And I know sometimes you're probably wondering why they didn't see something and may not be looking at what you thought they were looking at, right? Am I defending the officials?
It's the same thing as coaching.
That's
Sometimes
right.
You're watching one thing and something else is happening.
Exactly.
That's why you have 5 assistants.
The 3 is no good by Wood. How many did you have?
I had a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
I barely had 2.
I had a lot of really awesome assistants.
By the way, 17 turnovers now by Bishop Chatard.
Nice drive.
And in and out on the shot by Burzai to the line for 2.
It was a good hard take. They need another player to step up to kind of offset what's going on right now, and she's really trying to do that.
Well, Caskey got off to a heck of a start. She had 7 of the first 9 as the free throws missed. But since then, she's been held to just a single point.
I think you credit Mount Vernon's defense on that, but I think you get away from doing things that are working sometimes and you don't really know why. But just going back to that, I'm sure Coach Wagner will talk about that at the half.
Ball almost rebounded there by Kendall. Under 30 seconds remaining. Free throws have not been kind tonight to Bishop Chatard.
Still in the 3-2 zone. Ball reversal flashing to the high post is key here. Oh. Needed that last shot right there.
By the way, if you're curious, both teams now in double digits in turnovers.
It's early in the season.
It is, very early. So now the Trojans, will they play for 1 right here? Nice pass to the inside basket, good by Kendall to finish out the first half. Your halftime score, Bishop Chatard 21, Mount Vernon 20. But Coach, you got to give Mount Vernon a lot of credit. Down by 11, they came back, ended up taking a 2-point lead right there. We're talking about what a 13-point turnaround, and they didn't look like a young team there in that second quarter.
No, their toughness was on full display against a very, very good Chatard team and a very big Chatard team. So you have hats off to Mount Vernon for that little matchup zone and putting their body on Caskey. And honestly, it's sometimes you talked about why hasn't Caskey touched the ball, or sometimes it's because of what the defense is doing to them, and you don't make the proper adjustment to then bring her high or bring her to a different place to get her the basketball. I'm sure we'll see more of that in the third quarter.
And I know you and I will talk about those turnovers. We've had already a game this year where we saw a ton of turnovers, and if you're Bishop Chatard, you're talking about 17 in the first half, and you got to cut those down.
Yeah, you're ranked number 5 in the state, and you've played 2 really tough teams so far. And probably we did not see that. So I think a little bit of the credit goes to Mount Vernon, and then obviously he's subbing a lot of people as well. So you're not getting really that continuity that you normally have when you keep that 5 in there for a while. And probably a good learning tool for them at this point to reiterate the fact that, we've got to take care of the basketball. Each one of those turnovers is potentially 2 points.
Yeah, or more. All right, we'll take a timeout. Your halftime score, Bishop Chatard 21, Mount Vernon 20. This is high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
Brian Chrisman joins me today. And Brian, talk a little bit about the winter and Wheeler Mission and how important it is for people to help Wheeler Mission, because winter means homeless and homeless means people in the cold. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we really serve a lot of people year-round, no matter what the weather is, right? And so we serve anywhere from 700 to 900 people who are experiencing homelessness every single night. But when winter hits, that can become life or death. So if you're stuck out in the cold, happens every year, IMPD will find people out in the cold and encourage them to come in. But if they don't catch them in time, I mean, again, life and death. And so it's vital that our doors are open. And so we do that. Our staff shows up every day to make sure our doors are open. We serve 1,000 meals a day plus every single day. That's a nice, warm, nutritious meal. Donors provide that. Donors provide our food, coffee, something hot to drink. Donors provide that. So there's a lot of opportunities to get involved at Wheeler to make sure we can get through winter, or to work at Wheeler. We need staff, and so we're always looking for staff to get us through the winter time. We spread ourselves thin during winter, making sure that anybody can find space. And so we have bed capacities for sure, but we go beyond that every winter to make sure that the city has an option for people who are experiencing homelessness in the dead of winter.
Schools out there that are watching this program, with our reach, maybe they want to do a sock drive, or they want to do a sweatshirt drive. They can contact our office at IndianaSRN, or they can contact you. Where's a contact, or who would be a contact that maybe we want to do a sock drive? I think that would be a great idea for SRN to start one of those sock drives. How would that? What does that look like?
Yeah, so if you go to wheelermission.org, we have our needs lists that are right there on our website. Those change sometimes in the winter, but there are some needs that are pretty much continual when it comes to hygiene items, when it comes to warm items to get us through the winter. So when you're talking about coats, especially bigger sizes for people that come through, we want to make sure a lot of people that come to our mission, they come with the clothes on their back, right? And so we need to make sure they have something to wear during their stay with us, and which could be for a few weeks, could be for a couple months. And so go to our website, wheelermission.org. You can donate directly there, whether it's a financial donation, or you can look at our needs list. You can even find drop-off locations. You can drop it off at some of the barns that we have around the city, or come right down to Wheeler Mission, drop it off right there. But we need this community's support. So greatest thing about Indianapolis is it is a generous community.
Yes.
It is a community that steps up when there's a need. And there's 1,700 homeless individuals in our community. That number has risen 5% just over the last year. Wheeler Mission is the main place for those individuals to go, has been since 1893, over 130 years. And so support that ministry so that those doors can be open, making sure that every man, woman, and child that needs to come inside can come inside and not only get warm, but get nutritious meals, food, shelter, and care. And so beyond that, we take them through a whole journey of program to make sure that they come out our back door different people. But the first things first, right? Get them fed and get them warm and get them safe.
Since it's basketball season and we cover over 300 games a year on Indiana SRN, we challenge our basketball teams and our basketball programs to get involved. There are meals that need to be served. Tell our teams out there how they can help and serve meals.
Yeah, no better way to really open your eyes to the community's needs than to stand in front of people who are desperately in need and hand them a meal, hand them what they're asking for that day. So great group opportunity is to volunteer at Wheeler, Michigan. You can go to wheelervolunteer.org. You can sign up a group. It can take an hour and a half to come down and serve a lunch. You can get 12, 15 people involved in that, a dinner. Come down either at our men's shelter or our women's shelter. It's a really cool experience for teams, not only to help in a way that you're making a difference, but to see the people that you're helping, right? To hand a meal to someone and smile and say hi to someone literally in their darkest moment, right? So
best assist they can ever make.
Oh yeah,
is to serve a meal.
That's a good point. It's a slam dunk.
It's a slam dunk, exactly. For Indiana SRN, this is Keith Myers.
High school basketball in Indiana SRN is brought to you in part by Reynolds Farm Equipment, the leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors in the state of Indiana. Give them a call at 317-849-0810. First half scoring, first off, all this unofficial, of course, Anna Caskey with 8, Alex Kendall with 4, Olivia Burzai with 2, Lily Braun with 2, Betsy Tragresser with 2, Anna Dixon with 2, Megan Todd with 2 points, Burzai and Tragresser each with 2 fouls. On the other side, Mount Vernon led by Zoe Wood with 10, 5 points by Gabby Thomas, 3 by Delaney Williams, and 2 points by Marissa Miner. It was 14-5 after 1, and then Mount Vernon outscored Bishop Chatard 15-7 in that second quarter to make it a 21-20 halftime lead for Bishop Chatard. Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group. They're in business to create a better future for you, your family, and for the community we share. They can match you with the right career hire or hire the right candidate for your company. Give them a call at 317-472-7600. Second half action coming up right here on Indiana SRN.
Of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com. Get a gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. The guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
We're back here at Mount Vernon. Second half action about 90 seconds away. Coach, let's talk about now adjustments that you have to make here in the second half. We talked about Anna Caskey and the physical aspects she's going to have to deal with down low and how Mount Vernon is trying to take her out of her game. And then, of course, again, the way Mount Vernon battled back and just played with much more confidence. You said something off the air, which is true, as they just really got after it there in that second quarter.
That's characteristic of all Mount Vernon teams, and as long as I have been coaching, just the hustle and desire. So my keys for coming back are for Zoe Wood to keep attacking from the guard spot, makes good things happen, and for them on defense to keep fighting from the boards.
You know, Zoe Wood does play with a little attitude, doesn't she, for a freshman?
She does. I like it.
I don't think I'd like to be facing her when she's a senior, though.
Yeah, so she's got a bright future. And for Chatard, I think you've got to take care of the basketball better. You know, you've got that odd man front. You need to reverse the ball. Again, use that backup dribble. Be patient. And I think you need to get Rusk involved in the game more.
I agree. Well, those 17 turnovers are looming big right now for Coach Wagner and the Trojans. We'll see how they handle this in the second half. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Officially Human. Their mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the fields and the courts. Do your part and practice good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials, we won't play. Boys basketball begins next week. A lot of scrimmages going on around the state, and then before you know it, our boys basketball schedule will be getting underway. Mount Vernon inbounding, a lot of pressure put together here by Bishop Chatard. Ball's going to be kicked out of bounds.
Coming right back out with that trap situation. Need to attack that trap. Get in a situation where you can reverse the ball. It's good ball handling right there. Pull-up jumper.
Wow. Zoe Wood, the 15-footer, is good. She has 12, leading all scorers.
Sticking with the game plan.
Now, she's going to be pretty good in the next few years.
Yes.
So now a 1-point lead for Mount Vernon. Trying to stay undefeated with a win tonight. Caskey draws a crowd, as usual. The drive to the baseline and a foul on the shot. They're going to say nope, it's going to be on the pass instead.
It's a nice drive by Berzai to the basket. Caskey raised up to the high post and allowed her to get to the basket.
So Trojans will inbound. Well, I see an arm in there right under the armpit of Caskey. That'll be a turnover. You see it too?
Absolutely.
18 turnovers. Well, the good news is the defender hit it well.
Yeah, Bucksot and Minor have done a great job on her in the low post, keeping their body in front of her.
Ball's loose on the floor. A scramble for the basketball. We have a jump ball possession arrow. We head the other way.
It's not a lot of flow to the game, really, on either end. You've got that pressure going on. You've got them and their matchup down here putting a lot of pressure in their low post.
Well, you mentioned when you try to get a team that, of course, you're looking for a foul right there, but you're looking for continuity. You're looking for the team to gel together, and sometimes it does take a little while as Caskey will go to the line, and we're only, 3 games in, so it still may take a couple more weeks to do that.
Yeah, when you're mixing freshmen in with upperclassmen, and it's a delicate balance of what needs to happen with all of that, along with your team chemistry, and you can see some good things tonight from start to where we are right now coming together for Mount Vernon.
So Caskey at the line, and she has struggled there tonight. I got to mention, you and I did Covenant Christian game less than 2 weeks ago, and there were a ton of turnovers in that game. They looked remarkably better the last game that I did, so they've already made improvements.
Yeah, you're going to see that every day. Young teams, first games, early in the season, working the bugs out.
Both free throws missed, and they get the basketball back. Shot in the corner is going to be missed by Braun. So we head the other way. Here's Williams, and a reaching foul. Looks like they got Tragresser for her third.
It's a nice gap there, and she drove right through the gap. She would have hit that mid-range jumper had she not got fouled.
By the way, Anna Caskey, 2 of 7 from the line. The inbound Williams over Tragresser, missed it short, and we'll head the other way. Both teams cold to begin the quarter. There's a big-time bump inside, no whistle. Caskey missed it, got it back, and we'll go to the line for 2. I heard that, Coach.
Good job battling underneath. Yeah, there was a pretty significant bump there on the outside. That's basketball.
We'll have to do a talent cam one of these nights and just focus on you and how.
Oh, that would be bad. I shouldn't do that.
I'm sure it's you still got. I mean, you're a lifetime coach. You got it.
I do. Yep. I still have the juice.
You do. Caskey at the line, missed another one.
I think when you love something, and I think you could speak to Julie or anybody that's been coaching a long time, or even Dan hasn't been coaching that long, but you can obviously tell he loves the game. you still have that fire in you when you're sitting and watching a game and you're moving around. And
yeah. It just comes out of you, doesn't it?
It does. It just comes out.
Caskey's next free throw missed another one. And I think we may have a lane violation called against Marissa Minor.
Yeah, trying to get her body on those inside players early. I think she may have stepped in just a little too soon. Cassie's got to make these free throws.
Yep. She has missed 4 straight. Got that one.
You unjinxed her.
Yes.
Is that a word? Unjinxed.
Unjinxed. She has 9. We're tied at 22. So the Marauders. And a turnover the other way on Minor. That's their 12th.
Mount Vernon against this man-to-man needs a little more movement from their offense. They need people breaking to get open at the right time. Their guards are hanging onto the ball quite a bit.
I think we've talked about this before, that turnovers, there's good turnovers. Well, there's never a good turnover, but I would rather have a turnover made in a hustle than I would something like that where it's really unforced.
And I think you see this a lot from Mount Vernon, too, is that when you pass up an open shot, what happens next is usually a turnover.
Yeah.
Historically, it just is.
Olivia Burzai gets the point there. This is Williams. Lead is at 2. Williams, left-hand shot on the way, good.
Beautiful. Great shot.
Just a freshman. She, along with Zoe Wood, good nucleus for the next 4 years.
Yeah, freshmen have a short memory.
Yeah, they do. Lead back to 1. Here's Caskey. Turnaround shot, good.
That's a great shot. That was a hard shot with a lot of contact. Great shot for Caskey.
Caskey now with 11 as we go back and forth here in the third.
I think you've seen Mount Vernon settling down a little bit too. They're running offense now. This isn't what the first half looked like.
Yeah, they had a ton of turnovers early. In fact, looks like maybe both teams have settled down a little bit more. That's Williams.
You've got Braun face guarding Zoe Wood, making her a little more difficult for her to get to the basketball. She's doing a great job of that. She needs to continue to move and use her teammates, run them off screens, the old Steve Alford play.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they always had me do. Troy, don't shoot it at all. Just go guard that other guy.
Set a screen.
How about that block?
Nice block.
Kendall with the block. And now Bishop Chatard back the other way. Left-hand layup is missed. Ball loose on the floor. And it eventually, we got a jump ball, I do believe, and it's going to go to Mount Vernon. Well, we don't have a whole lot of scoring in this quarter.
Yeah, we got the face guard on Zoe Wood, just chasing her everywhere. And as a freshman, sometimes this is difficult to respond to. So we'll see what she does here.
Yeah, she's trying to get open. I have a feeling she may have seen this somewhere before.
Probably. And she will for the next 4 years.
Yes. Turnover number 13. And save. Nope. Another turnover the other way as Caskey can't save that one. That is now 19 for Bishop Chatard.
Yeah, that got Coach Shelton up a little bit, moving around, being a little vocal over there.
Wood, the drive inside, took an extra step and a travel.
And it's hard for freshmen when that's happening to you. She's giving her some love right now over there. And, you just got to settle down and play within yourself. She's trying to do a little too much. Got to work smarter, not harder, right?
Yep, exactly. By the way, the varsity game is a whole lot different than 8th grade.
Yes.
20 turnovers now by Bishop Chatard. Still leading it by 1. Thomas wanted the basketball. Here's a wide open shot on the way, missed by Minor from 3.
And Mount Vernon doesn't have much of a chance to offensive rebound. I think they've decided that they're going to go back and play defense, and that seems to be working to their advantage right now.
That'll be a 3-point bucket by Alex Kendall. That's her first 3. She has 7. Lead at 4. And there's a blocked shot from behind as Braun got a piece of it, and another turnover. That one off the glass and missed by Williams, and Caskey the rebound. By the way, Williams a little bit.
Yeah, I think Williams may have landed on somebody's foot there.
Well, there's a travel by Burzai.
We've got this hurried pace, and we've got a lot of turnovers going on.
Back in the lineup will be Bucksod, and Williams will sit down. Looks like she may be holding that left ankle a little bit.
Yeah, I think she stepped on someone's foot, or on her drive. She just twisted her ankle.
Good news, when I played, I didn't jump high enough to worry about a sprained ankle.
They're not fun, believe me. They're not.
No, they are not.
That's a heck of a drive by a freshman. Even though that didn't go in, that was a great drive.
Great offensive rebound by Bucksod, and she'll go to the line for two.
Buckshot on the inside's doing a great job defensively. Definitely outsized, doing a great job defensively.
Foul's going to go on Caskey. That'll be number 2. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed with Mount Vernon, their ability to play inside, though that free throw's missed. And again, we talked about that size disadvantage they had coming in, but they're kind of holding their own.
Yeah, their hustle and desire is what's keeping them in the game, and their toughness. Overall, they're playing extremely hard right now.
Second free throw is on the way and good. Buckshot on the board for the first time, the 5'10 senior, making it a 3-point ball game.
Got a little 3-2 zone, changing it up a little bit.
That one thrown up off the glass and missed by Kendall. Loose ball on the floor, and it'll be nice hustle play by Zoe Wood. Wide open in the corner. I can see that's off the mark. Minor.
Nice play. Nice play.
Yeah, great play there by Zoe Wood, hustling at that end and this end. Minor might have been too wide open that time. So now Mount Vernon trying to get some points here off the inbound, and that was lost by Thomas on the way up.
We got really excited when we saw her come open right there. Maybe a little too hard on the pass.
Long rebound by Kendall. Clock coming up on 1 minute here in the third. The entry pass now to Burzai, and a foul on the floor. Looks like they may have gotten Zoe Wood.
Yeah, this is a very physical game early in the year. This is kind of where you see what your team is really made of. And you're only in just finishing the third quarter right here, so this is going to be a testament to what your conditioning looks like.
2 on Wood, the inbound Caskey. Caskey turns to her left, missed it. Offensive rebound, Caskey put back good. Caskey now with 13. Lead to 5. Under 50 seconds remaining now in the third.
It's a big basket for Mount Vernon right here. Just for confidence. Mid-ranger.
Jumper, good.
Great shot. Zoe Wood, freshman. If we had a cheer block, they'd be chanting, she's our freshman.
And we love mid-range jumpers. Back to a 3-point lead. And a traveling call as Tragresser will travel that one. That's now 23. By the way, I was watching Coach Wagner. He was not happy with Lily Braun on that last possession on defense, and so that's why she came out. He was up quickly.
When you're running that defense, that type of defense on somebody, you need to do it by committee. It is tiring for both kids.
14 seconds. Mount Vernon will play for one right here.
We always called that our 1-and-1 because it wasn't ever going to be one person. It was always going to be somebody else.
16 turnovers now by Mount Vernon, and then Bishop Chatard gave it right back. 2.5.
Need to get a shot off here.
Got to get everybody set first as we're not playing international basketball. Be fun to take
Not
off.
today.
Not today.
Not today.
The inbound. Can they get it off? They
Got it
will. And off the front of the rim by Reagan Britt. We head to the fourth. Bishop Chatard leads it by 3.
Standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Highway Safety Services. Services, you do what you do, we'll keep you safe doing it. If you'd like more information, contact Highway Safety Services, 765-446-1502. All right. Down to the final 8 minutes, barring an overtime. Bishop Chatard, if they can take care of the basketball, which they have not done to this point, but they still have a 3-point lead, but they've turned it over, Coach, 24 times.
Yeah, they're fortunate to be in the position that they're in right now. Caskey's really just a big part of that.
Going to continue to front Caskey down in that low post. This is not a really good shooting team from the outside, and that's going to be a foul call. Looks like they got Zoe Wood for her third.
Yeah, she's going to need to keep herself in the game. So this next 3 minutes is really critical for her as a freshman.
Inside to Caskey, tipped away. Bishop Chatard will keep it. That jumper's up, no good. And missing it is Kendall.
Then you see Woods crashing the boards, getting in there and rebounding. Doing a little bit of everything for them.
So once again, Marauders back into the half court. Thomas, and they'll work it around the perimeter. This will be Reagan Britt.
You got Megan Todd with the face guards doing a nice job on Wood.
Buckshot misses that one from the wing. Caskey kind of hanging in the middle there too. Nothing down the lane. Here's a drive, left-hand shot good by Burzai.
Nice give and go for Chatard.
Lead at 5. Zoe Wood, turnaround shot, good, and she's fouled.
Fadeaway, turnaround shot, and now she's stepping to the line for the N1.
16 points. There you take another look at it for the freshman.
Yeah, the future is bright for Zoe Wood and for Mount Vernon. I'd like to see Chatard's other players get a little more involved. You have Caskey there, but you also need that other person to step up, and you saw that last time down. They were able to get to the basket. They need more of that. So much focus on Caskey.
Megan Todd is out. Lily Braun back in. Braun with 2 points. Kendall with 7. Caskey leading the way with 13. Let's see if they'll try to get it back inside to Anna Caskey. 2-point lead now for Bishop Chatard. The high screen, Caskey, the spin. Caskey gets it back. Short jumper, no. Battle for the loose basketball. Rebounded inside by Burzai. And then we have a jump ball and possession arrow in favor of the Marauders.
Good hustle by Mount Vernon. Rebounding by committee.
Last quarter, a low-scoring quarter. Bishop Chatard outscored Mount Vernon 10-8. We've had no separation since halftime. Good look near side to Wood. Baseline drive. Lost her footing, was able to get it into the hands of Buckshot. Williams back in the ball game. Pull-up shot good. A three-pointer by Delaney Williams.
Another freshman has not met a shot she doesn't like.
9 by Williams, and Mount Vernon leads it by 1.
This is a huge stop for Mount Vernon if they can get a stop here.
Shot missed with a left hand by Burzai. Ball loose. Caskey on the floor to get it.
Good hustle.
Williams got a hand on it. A foul inside by Wood. That's going to be her 4th.
Yeah, that was great hustle by Caskey going to the floor for the loose ball.
Well, if you're going to go into that screen, you better get out there pretty quick, knowing Williams will shoot it. Progressor at the line, 2 for 2 tonight.
If you think about the mix for Mount Vernon, they've got the seniors underneath doing a lot of the hard work, a lot of the, the pulling the load down there basically. And you've got your freshmen on the outside just having fun, shooting the basketball.
By the way, to let you know, Bishop Chatard has missed 9 free throws tonight. Make it 10. But they're able to get it back. Caskey down low, missed a bunny. Another offensive rebound. They wave it off and call the foul on Kendall.
She was falling underneath the basket there, had a bad angle with shoulders facing towards the bleachers instead of the end wall. Especially with all of that contact, really hard shot to make.
If Bishop Chatard goes on to win this game with all the things that they just haven't done well tonight, that's huge.
Yeah, it really is for them. And as the 5th-ranked team, you're going to have games like this where you have to fight through adversity and kind of see what you're made of going down the stretch.
We'll take a timeout. 34-33, Mount Vernon.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort, fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. If you'd like to volunteer and need more information on the Drumstick Dash, give them a call at 317-686-6239. 5:22 remaining in this one. We still have a close one with Mount Vernon leading it by 1. Williams in the backcourt, guarded there by Burzai. Williams, by the way, with 9 all on three-pointers. Cut down the lane there by Minor. This will be Minor with the basketball. Nearly drugged that pivot foot, and then the pass knocked out of bounds. Good denial there by Burzai.
Chatard's turning up the defensive pressure. Mount Vernon's doing a good job of running their offense. Need to keep your dribble alive. Make sure you have someone to pass to.
Eventually coming to the basketball, Reagan Britt. By the way, Zoe Wood with 4 fouls is not in the ball game at the moment. They're going to need her down the stretch. I like the patience of this offense.
Yes, it's very good with giving her a little bit of a break going into the last few minutes of the game. It's like I said, there she is again. There she is again. Ice.
How about Delaney Williams? Wow.
She was on our big 3 when we started, so we must have an idea of what's going on here. But, yeah, she's just ice cold right now.
9 in the second half, 12 in the ball game. Right behind Wood, and we have a whistle and a foul. This may go against Reagan Britt. There you see it right there. That's a pretty smooth left-hander. Britt just picked up number 3. What is it about left-handers can shoot so well?
It's so hard to guard.
It is.
It's just unusual.
Foul call as Caskey had the inbound. Reagan Britt, I think they got her for number 4. So she has 4. Zoe Wood has 4. Here's Caskey, the double
Brought
team.
The ball
it
down.
got tied up. Britt. Yep, don't bring that ball down.
Yep, keep those elbows out and keep that ball high.
Possession arrow stays here with Bishop Chatard as we're coming up on the halfway point of this final quarter. The drive down the lane, a lot of contact there. No call as Burzai went to the floor, and then the ball turned over. Coach Wagner not happy they didn't get a foul call there, but it looked like it was kind of out of control there for Burzai.
Yeah, I think when you drive in there and you have two people that are vertical, you know, that's not always a foul. Sometimes you create the contact, that's not necessarily a foul.
And now we may have an unruly fan to deal with. Somebody in the stands for Bishop Chatard may get an early exit. At least they waited till halfway past the fourth quarter to get booted.
I mean, obviously it's unfortunate. You don't want to see that affect the game. This has been a great game with the kids. So you want to make sure you're keeping your sportsmanship where it needs to be.
Well, they're going to have the AD go sit over there just to keep everybody under control. Mount Vernon down by, or should say up by 4, and they commit the travel. That is going to be their 17th turnover. Burzai back in, and Megan Todd will sit down. Well, as I've always said, Coach, and you probably did too, that's why you play some at home and some on the road, right?
That's right. Yeah, you definitely don't want to see sportsmanship affect the game. As hard as these kids have fought this entire game on both sides of the ball.
Caskey turns, draws the foul. We'll go to the line for 2. One thing that you might want to do is you'll notice Caskey a lot of times will turn back to her left. Maybe I want to make her go the other way.
Absolutely.
And she does bring the ball down a little bit too much.
Yeah, she needs to keep the ball a little bit higher. She's a nice player. And she's getting double and triple teamed every time she touches the ball.
One area she has struggled is at the free throw line and missed another. That's 11 missed free throws tonight by Bishop Chatard.
For her, as much as she touches the ball, she has to capitalize on those, especially as they continue on through their season. You get down to the end, those free throws make all the difference in the world.
Yep. 2 officials getting together as well. So one shot here for Anna Caskey.
She's been able to hold Zoe Wood out to the 3-minute mark to put her back in and be nice and fresh for the remainder of the game.
We have another lane violation, and it's going to go against Mount Vernon. That's their second.
And when you have the size that Chatard does, those kids get a little anxious down there to make sure that they step into their player.
Caskey had a chance to redeem herself earlier with a lane violation. She missed that one. And so 2 big free throws missed by Anna Caskey. She still has 13. Under 3.5 to go. And a turnover by Mount Vernon. When do we see? Well, there she is.
You see her now. I think this is where Coach Wagner has to change the tempo for his team. He's got to change the tempo of what's going on in the game. And you saw them come out with that little trapping press right there, and that's what needs to happen at this point in the game. And now you have Woods back in the game, and they've got to keep running their offense, though. They can't get crazy with the basketball.
So Trojans down by 4, and they almost threw it away again. They have 25 so far tonight. Caskey high post, gives it off to Burzai, and then throws it out near midcourt, eventually run down by Tragresser. Caskey looks for the backdoor cut, knocked out of bounds. I think it was last touch there by Gabby Thomas.
Spread that zone out a little bit. They need to stay a little more compact. Chatard hasn't really hurt them from the 3-point line, but Caskey, on the other hand, has. Nice out-of-bounds play.
Williams will foul and send Burzai to the line.
Burzai's gotten free quite a bit tonight with Caskey with the ball in her hands. Everybody turns to look at Caskey.
Yeah. By the way, Burzai 0 for 2 from the line.
Wow. It must be the backdrop behind the backboard. That's all I can figure.
Yeah, there's no banners or anything to help your...
I'm trying to help out here. Sometimes you have these nights, you know. You hate them, but you have them.
I hear you.
Yep.
Timeout on the floor. 2:54 to go in the fourth. Mount Vernon leads it by 4.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Aspen Creek Grill. Delicious food, excellent service. If you're looking for a great atmosphere this weekend, in fact, everything starts tomorrow with not only high school football, but college football and college basketball. Purdue will be back in action tomorrow against Alabama. Go to Aspen Creek Grill, watch the game, enjoy the great food and the fantastic service. Give them a call at 866-885-3249. 13 missed free throws. Now by Bishop Chatard as Burzai goes to the line. 0 for 3. Got that one.
The odds were in her favor. We got the friendly roll.
So
this is the change of tempo that Chatard needs right here. And this is where we have to help our freshman guards handle the basketball.
Foul at midcourt on the Trojans. Will stop the clock at 2:47. We'll take it out of bounds right in front of the scores table.
Yeah, patience on the guards' part, and sometimes with freshman guards, you have 2 of them on the floor right now. That's not the strong suit, but to Wood's credit, she's done a great job.
Lily Braun picks up the foul, and there's a turnover by Mount Vernon. And then a loose ball at the other end of the floor. It's going to stay right here.
Yeah, Bucksot knocked that ball out of bounds, thankfully.
Going to see another change now for Mount Vernon as Marissa Minor is back in, and they're going to save Zoe Wood, so we'll play a little offense-defense here.
Right. Got a little bit. You got a junior coming on for a freshman.
Off the inbound, layup good by Burzai. 9 now by Burzai, 7 in the second half.
That's exactly what Chatard needs, that second score.
They break the press.
Now just taking care of the basketball and running your offense as you normally would.
This is Williams.
We're on the corner.
And Williams will get fouled by Kendall. Her third.
Keeping the ball moving there so they're not able to make that trap that they're coming out and trying to put you on the sideline, keeping yourself away from that situation. It's hard for freshmen to learn.
So the Marauders will inbound on the baseline. Got to hurry here. They'll get it to Wood.
Oh, nice fake.
Wood, the drive, scoop shot, short. Offensive rebound by Bucksot, and we got a foul call.
Bucksot and senior leadership. Good rebound, going back up. She needs to make her free throws right here. These are 2 very important free throws.
2:07 remaining.
If you did not know Wood was a freshman, you would not know.
No, not at all. Plays with a little swagger and certainly has been instrumental tonight. Oh, my.
Free throws.
They've only been there, speaking of Mount Vernon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And yet Bishop Chatard has missed 13. One more here for Buckside. Got it.
That helps.
Still a one-possession game at 38-36. Caskey being fronted down low. Burzai on the drive. Had it stripped out of her hands. Ball loose on the sideline and going out of bounds with the basketball is Tragresser.
We've got great hustle there from both teams going after loose balls. Everybody on the floor. You're going to see pressure from Chatard here. We'll see how Mount Vernon handles the basketball. We're still in the face guarding defense on Wood.
Wood gets it across the timeline, got tied up there by Burzai. Possession arrow stays here with the Marauders.
And that's what you want to do. You want to speed her up.
I was watching Burzai. She kind of wiping at her eye a little bit ago, now looking at her elbow on it. No, at the other end, she thought she got beat up pretty good. And a reaching foul on Burzai, and that'll be number 4. And each team now with 5, so we'll be shooting free throws the rest of the way. Alex Kendall coming back in for Bishop Chatard.
Gabby Thomas steps up and puts that one right in.
Gabby with her first free throw of the night. Now has 6. Her first point of the second half. And the second free throw's missed. Williams goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it's going to stay right here. Last touch by Burzai.
We got hustle plays going on all over the court.
That's a huge advantage, too, for the Marauders.
Williams, your freshman again.
And you get Zoe Wood back.
Oh, not into trouble there.
Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Wood. Tried to feed it inside, turned it over, and a foul in the backcourt on Williams. 20 turnovers now by Mount Vernon.
Yeah, just a little too hurried there. Wood got the ball back. She should have probably reset the offense and used some of the clock with a little bit of a lead.
So here's Burzai at the line and missed another one.
I think it's safe to say that free throws are in the heads of all of the Chatard players at this moment.
Boy.
There has to be something on that basket we're not seeing.
Exactly. Timeout on the floor, 1:36 remaining, 39-36.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Slow down. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Give him a call at 317-894-7000. Don't forget high school football tomorrow. One of our games will be Bishop Chatard, New Pals, 7 o'clock kickoff here on IndianaSRN. Burzai back to the line for another one. They've missed 14 free throws tonight.
You're going to see some type of immediate press from Chatard. upon result of this free throw. And Mount Vernon needs to take care of the basketball.
15 misses. And a whistle and a foul call with Zoe Wood going to the line.
I think she's fortunate there, dribbling into maybe what could be a triple team. Just taking care of that basketball. Like I said again, using that backup dribble, using your other guards and relocating.
So you talk about big free throws, the freshman steps to the line.
It's contagious.
Boy, no kidding.
This is a big one right here. 2 possessions.
By the way, that last foul called on Lily Braun, that is her 3rd. Missed them both. So now, Bishop Chatard, chance to tie with a 3. They'll dump it inside Burzai, 1 dribble, and basket good, and she's fouled.
That's why those free throws right there were so important. Keep that momentum on Mount Vernon's side. That was a great drop by Burzai, and she gets the foul. We'll see if she can finish it up and tie it up here.
So we will see Megan Todd come into the lineup for Bishop Chatard, both coming in. In fact, that's going to be Marissa Miner as well. And a chance now for Bishop Chatard to tie the ball game. Burzai is only 1 for 4 from the free throw line in the second half, 1 for 6 overall, and got a big one there. Tied at 39.
Everything Mount Vernon did to get the lead, attacking the basket and taking their time.
Little floater on the baseline missed by Thomas. Here come the Trojans, and they throw it away. Pass intended for Braun.
Empty possessions.
27 turnovers now by Bishop Chatard.
I think that both teams will look back to the possessions that they had in critical positions that they couldn't capitalize on.
How about this drive inside, the miss by Wood. Wood runs it down.
She's everywhere.
Great hustle by the freshman. Coming up on 45 seconds remaining here in regulation. Here's Williams. Now do you have enough ice in your veins to take the last shot?
I think she does. I think she does.
Williams backs it away with 30. I just hope we don't have to go to the free throw line. Good look here at Miner.
I think we're looking at who's going to take the last shot, or we may have to have a timeout. Yep.
Coach Shelton's going to call a timeout on this one.
And if I have to bet on it, I'm going to say that Wood's going to shoot the ball, but I'm going to say that Julia's going to come up with an outstanding sideline out of bounds play.
All right.
Or I guess maybe we have it. Do we have it underneath?
Yep, looks like we do.
Okay.
Well, it's hard to tell, these two here, but the guy on the outside, I think,
yes,
probably it's going to be on the side. Anyway, wherever they put the basketball, let me ask you this. Do I want to take everything to the basket? Maybe
absolutely.
draw the foul.
Absolutely.
We do a lot of baseball, and every time I'm paired up with Keith, he always wants to squeeze play, no matter if it's in the first inning or the 15th inning.
I mean, I don't think we've seen tremendous three-point shooting from either team. Our freshmen have hit some shots, but the free throws. So go back to that. So maybe you do take that outside shot. Maybe you put it in Williams' hands to take the last shot of the game right here.
Yeah, 3 threes in the second half. She has 12.
They're going to deny Wood, so I think Williams hasn't had as maybe as strong a defender on her. We have the ball out down on the far baseline.
Bishop Chatard has 1 3-pointer. That was by Alex Kendall. So they will inbound on the baseline. The kick out. The drive down the lane. Scoop shot missed by Bucksot. 8 seconds remaining, and Bishop Chatard will get a timeout.
And Mount Vernon had exactly the shot that they wanted, but it just came up a little short.
Problem is, where they called the timeout, they're going to take it out on the baseline here. Unless they I know Coach Wagner's talking to the one official where they're going to inbound it.
Yeah, it's going to be down here. They needed her to get across half court.
We need to do what they do now in the NBA and all that, where you can actually take the timeout and get it moved to the other half.
Yeah, if we're going to do it at that level, you might as well implement it all the way down.
Well, you still have plenty of time. 7.6. You should get a good look. But you're going to have to hurry.
Yeah, they're going to have to make sure that they get one shot and one shot only. No rebound putbacks. I would look for, I would try to keep Berzai off the board. She's really had the ball in her hands quite a bit this half. Hasn't been able to capitalize on some of it, but has really been crashing the boards and doing all the other things. And then, of course, you have Caskey down there that rebound putbacks are her thing. So let's keep her off the boards as well.
All right, here we go. 7.6. Regressor will inbound.
Yep, choke and pressure from Mount Vernon. Make them use some clock, make them think a little bit.
Williams on the top. Regressor gets it back. 4 seconds to go. Berzai drives, throws up a shot. It goes in.
No.
I don't think it hit the standard, though. That's the question, whether it hit the standard up top, and I don't know that it did. Take another look at it. Yeah, it did.
It did. It hit the support beam.
Well, now they don't have replay on this, so.
No, they don't. Basket's good.
They called the basket good. Berzai with the winner at the buzzer, and now there is some question, of course, and Coach Shelton is wondering if it did hit, and we saw the replay, and it did. But this game is over.
Yeah, that's too bad for that to end that way. Obviously, we can see that because we have the film here, but that all happened pretty quick.
Final score, 41-39. Bishop Chatard moves to 2-1 on the season. Mount Vernon losing for the first time. They are now 2-1, and well, we saw maybe the best freshman we've seen so far in Zoe Wood and another freshman, Delaney Williams, and how well they played. But Bishop Chatard to come out of this with a win, you'd have to figure they're very fortunate. 15 missed free throws and 27 turnovers.
I don't think you could be happier than probably Coach Wagner is right now as far as the outcome. They obviously have a lot to work on this week, but, you know, the sign of a good team down the stretch, you get the win. And not taking anything away from Mount Vernon because they put it all out there and they had a great game plan and really executed very well.
By the way, Zoe Wood led all scorers with 17, 12 by Williams unofficially. Anna Caskey finished with 13. And, of course, Berzai played well in the second half. She ended up with 7, 8, 12, 14, 16 points tonight. But she ended up with 14 in the second half.
Yeah, she really took over in the second half, and that was key for, you know, Caskey to relieve some of that pressure.
So that's your final here tonight as Bishop Chatard picks up the win. Mount Vernon, by the way, will have 3 straight road games, all starting on Saturday when they travel to Richmond to play their next contest. Want to remind you that tonight's game has been brought to you in part by our fine sponsors. They include Reynolds Farm Equipment, Passion to Care, Boilermaker Local 374, Wheeler Mission, Bertner Electric, the Morales Group, the Drumstick Dash 2024, Indiana SRN Sports Page, Piper Logistics, and Aspen Creek Grill. Thanks to the entire crew, and thank you for joining us for high school basketball. Your final score, Bishop Chatard 41, Mount Vernon 39. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time here on Indiana SRN.